Hello, and welcome to the East Blue Podcast. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the MCU. Joining me, we have some special guests, Josh.
Hello.
Ronnie.
How's it going?
And Travis.
Hey there.
All right, so we're just going to be talking about the MCU as in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So to start it off, just everyone can say, who is your favorite original Avenger? When we say that, we're just talking about the first six. So, starting with Josh.
My favorite Avenger is definitely Thor. And that was even back when he had the long hair and looked like a chick. But I thought Thor was pretty cool because he's got a huge hammer. He's really buff. He can fly. He's got like lightning powers or something like it, I guess. He just seems like a really cool, like, out there character, and he's supposed to be like a god. So I thought he was like the coolest one.
Quick question: did you prefer him before, like his earlier take, or when he became more comedic in Ragnarok? Yeah, which version? Because they are kind of different.
I think the funny's better. Although I didn't mind it in the beginning. I know a lot of people didn't like him being serious, but I didn't mind it. But I do think the funny's a better choice. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so yeah, that's mine.
All right, Ron.
I'd probably have to say Iron Man. Because I feel like he's the smartest, obviously, richest. I can relate. And I just feel like he's got strong opinions, very opinionated. I like the banter he gets into with like Banner or the people that think they know stuff like Captain
Banter with
or
Banner,
like
for sure.
like Captain America, but no.
All right.
And he's a womanizer as well, so
that's
appealing.
so many things in common with him.
I know, right? Appealing.
Travis.
I also think Iron Man because he can keep up with everyone else, but he doesn't have any powers. He's just super smart and rich. That's all you need today.
Well,
okay, I'm a Batman.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be with you there because also my favorite is Iron Man for sure. Like from the start, he was the character, man, especially more than Thor. No, I'm just kidding. I was just, Iron Man was like my favorite. I think he carries the movies. Like he's obviously, and it shows like he's like they pay him the most, they give him everything. He's the spotlight, and I just think he has a lot of charisma and he's really funny. And
a close second, Black Widow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll say like at least for the original six, they're all good. Like they're all good characters. So it's a good start. All right, next question. Who had the best origin story? So just gonna go through again. You can think about it. If we can go.
Well, that's a tough one because obviously everyone talks about Iron Man having like the best. I'll let Ronnie go.
All right, go ahead, Ronnie.
I think Captain America has the best origin story, if we're going to be honest.
I think Captain America's is for sure underrated. That first movie. Mm-hmm. Not many people talk about it.
That was the first one I really got into other than Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like
I really liked Hawkeye episode 1.
I'll answer. I'll say I think for sure Iron Man. I know that's probably is like the main choice, but I really like Iron Man's first movie. I think it's amazing. Like I think it's probably I think it's one of the best Marvel movies for sure. And other than that, his and Captain America is probably like a close second. I don't know if any of the other ones really stand up to those two.
Are we doing origin stories of the original six?
So it could be anyone. No, anyone's origin. So that includes Thor. I guess you can throw in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyone had an origin. Obviously, not everyone got an origin.
Well,
story,
in that case, then I'd say the Spider-Man, the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think his origin was a good one.
That was a really good movie.
I thought that was
a
pretty fun movie.
You could argue it's not an origin, but it was really good. You could. It is.
Yeah, I like Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was a really good one. You got one, Trev?
Yeah, I forgot his name though. The guy who they made to fight Ultron.
Oh yeah.
Vision. Oh, Vision. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Vision's pretty tight.
Cool.
I really like how they like all come together to make.
Yeah, Vision's cool.
And then he ends up being like
too.
very Superman-esque. It's pretty tight.
Bettany. All right, let's see. If you could give a hero, so speaking of like origin stories and stuff, if you give a hero who didn't get a movie and now give them their own movie, who would it be? All right,
Hulk
Travis.
for sure.
Hulk, yeah.
Because they have other Hulk movies, but they're terrible. They're so bad. So this actor, I forgot his name. What is it?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, the new one.
If they give the Mark Ruffalo guy his own Hulk movie, it'd be so good. I love it.
Yeah, it's too bad he never got it. It's just kind of awkward how he doesn't have his own.
So many other movies you'll notice.
Yes.
Because he doesn't have one.
Oh, dang, that's true. I didn't think of that.
They shove him in everything.
I haven't even thought about this enough. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Great insight, Josh.
I'd like a combined one of like Hawkeye and Black Widow.
That'd be good.
Oh, there you go. That would actually. That's a good idea because honestly, I feel like I kept thinking one of them couldn't really carry a movie, but maybe if you had both of them, that'd work.
Maybe even throw in Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't know.
I would have rather.
I'm honestly thinking like. Too soon. Just everyone forgot about him. That's kind of sad, man. He was a cool character, and he was only in one of them.
Yeah, Silver Surfer.
Honestly, like I feel like if Doctor Strange didn't have a movie, I'd say Doctor Strange. But other than that, I can't really think of anyone who deserves one. I'll just say Hawkeye. Because I don't know, Hawkeye's cool. I like him. I don't know. Yeah, I think
Hawkeye's pretty cool.
If they made more movies, they don't have to all be like super huge superhero movies. Like they could give a cool like stealth movie like Winter Soldier, like give one like Hawkeye or Black Widow. But I'd say Hawkeye.
I'd say Vision. I just don't know what that movie would look like because he's such a supporting character. Like
yeah, I mean, Age of Ultron is kind
just,
of already his own movie.
Yeah, but he only comes in at the end, But
Yeah,
the thing is, and we all know Vision's just super powerful too. So it'd be kind of hard to have him do anything. It's kind of like Doctor Strange. They had to put him against Dormammu. So,
Oh, yeah. You know what? Actually, I'd probably say Thanos. I want to see his origin story.
But people say, maybe actually there's probably more before. But a lot of people say Infinity War is like Thanos' movie, if you think about it.
Yeah, I kind of think that.
I want to see him born and
Yeah,
raised.
that's true.
Let's
Okay,
get into what made Thanos.
Okay.
What drives him.
I don't know why. I've heard people say like they want a Drax movie. I don't even get why.
I don't want
know.
Drax.
Some people say they want a Drax.
No.
I could do a Peter
I love
Quill
Drax.
one.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Peter Quill. There you go.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
or
They kind of touched on him.
He's got
It's
he probably has
got
enough.
his stuff.
Okay, so next,
No,
are MCU movies repetitive or tiring? Just either one of those directions.
I think they use a similar formula every movie, But I don't think it's repetitive or tiring yet. Although I think it's getting there really close, because with let's say, I don't know, Captain Marvel, and I'd say probably Ant-Man. They're starting to get a little bit less exciting. I don't know.
I'll say this, on the one hand, I feel like they are a little, at this point, a little tiring. I'm starting to feel tired because I've seen 20 of them now, and it's that's a lot. And at some point, but on the other hand, I feel like every few years they keep bringing one out that's groundbreaking because then first we had the Avengers, and then we got Civil War. We never saw something like that. Ant-Man was just really different to me, and then and now we got Infinity War, which is totally different again. So I feel like they keep bringing something out that's different, but obviously at some point they are going to run out of, a new idea that's kind of groundbreaking.
Is this question? Did you fold in the overratedness into this question?
No, actually, well, we can talk about that if we want to throw that in too.
Oh, because that's.
If you think,
I was ready for the overrated.
All right, I'll say it now. Yeah. It's just, do you think also?
Josh has
Okay.
been waiting for the
Well,
overrated.
okay.
We'll get into
Let's
it.
finish this one first. If you guys want to say anything
Yeah, go
else,
ahead.
if you feel like they're repetitive or tiring.
No, I don't.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't need to say.
They're getting there. I'm with Josh. I think.
Yeah,
they're getting there.
I'll at least say they've
I'll
always
still
been
watch,
good.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think.
definitely still gonna
They
watch.
keep popping them out. I'll keep watching.
Yeah.
Just
I don't.
like my kids.
Yeah, they definitely been good, consistent. That's nice. All right. So now, if we could say, do you think MCU movies are overrated?
Yeah,
Josh
so-
might have feelings on this.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Well, I think first off, I think the movies are great, but I don't think they're as great as they're rated. So I know
Yeah.
that sounds weird, but for example, highest rated MCU movie is
Black Panther. Yeah.
boom.
And what
Black
are
Panther
Oh
we?
yeah, I agree.
And so if we're going by ratings, since the question is are they overrated, I
Yeah.
think they are great movies. Black Panther was a great movie, but it was not as great as they said it is. It is 97%.
Yeah, well, Rotten Tomatoes-
it still holds today. I checked.
They're a little fishy.
No,
Well,
but
I'll say
we're talking about
specifically.
ratings, though.
I'll say specifically. I agree. Black Panther, even though it's a really good one, it's probably up there. Probably the top 10. Maybe top 5, but I wouldn't say it's
Not top
the
5.
best.
Yeah.
I put
I
Iron
wouldn't say
Man.
it's top 10.
I put both Avengers
There's
original and
20.
Infinity War over that, and probably Captain America Winter
And
Soldier over that. So
just to wrap up my side, the reason I think it's overrated is first off because they sold out to Disney. So after they sold out to Disney basically just builds hype for anything they have, such as
That's
the
true.
new Star Wars movies.
yeah.
So the new Star
we
Wars
don't even need
movies.
to get into
No,
yeah.
but it's a tie-in because
those are overrated.
the new trilogy, they're good, but they're not a 93 such as the last
Yeah.
one
Oh,
got.
heck no.
It got a 93%, which that beat out some of the old
I'll
movies.
say-
That makes
yeah.
no sense to me.
It is a little
No.
weird when they give half of them
Yeah.
near 90s and some of them in 90s. It's well then it kind of diminishes what a 90 is if you keep giving it out to if you give it out to any standard Marvel movie. I don't think they deserve that high.
I think the Marvel movies.
I don't
are
know which
solid
one I would put
A
there.
minuses every single time, but I
Yeah.
think they're sold as an A plus every single time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys would say a Marvel movie that you think deserves to be considered an amazing movie, what would you guys say?
Ragnarok.
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 I can agree.
Civil War
was
I agree with
great
Civil War.
because that was kind of an Infinity War type of movie because
Yeah.
it has everyone.
Yeah.
I
was
was
gonna
gonna
say-
say. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say further time for sure the original Avengers, and then Civil War further time they were amazing. I still need to stand up, but I think at this point Infinity War definitely
Yeah,
goes above and beyond all the others. But I'd say that I think Winter Soldier is a genuinely great movie.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians
Was a good
1
one.
was
Yeah,
really
not
good.
I
two,
loved it.
but one.
Yeah.
I loved
2 was fun, but the one was really
Not as good as
different.
one.
And then the
Yeah,
first
that
Iron Man.
one's
I don't know if I'm
It's
nostalgic
timeless,
about it,
yeah.
but
No,
I
that's
just think it's
timeless.
really great.
And then the reason I liked Ant-Man, even though some people didn't, is because it was a heist movie
Ant-Man
with
was
superpowers.
good, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And I think that's really cool that they did a movie that you don't have to like superheroes to watch. You can watch it because they're stealing something,
Yeah.
but they have superpowers.
Yeah. I guess I'll say this for Winter Soldier. That's the Loki one that's really highly rated.
I don't think Loki was in that.
Dry, you're done.
All right, that's the Loki one. I like I said, it's great, but I definitely think it's a little overrated when people try to act like it's on the level of the Dark Knight or something. It's just not. It's not quite there. But anyway, okay, so overrated. Let's see. Favorite fight scenes. You can just throw them out there. I'm just gonna go ahead with one of my favorites is the fight on Titan in Infinity War. I thought that was amazing. I think Infinity War. I mean, I don't know. I think they just get better and better with the fight scenes, and that's why I think Infinity War had some of the best. And I think that battle on Titan was amazing. Thanos versus the Guardians,
Strange,
Iron Man, Doctor Strange. It's just like incredible.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Doctor Strange sequence and the Iron Man sequence. Those 1v1s. Those were like two. I think of my favorite fights.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that was my favorite too. Although I'll say a close second since I don't want to just stay.
Yeah, no, there's more.
But my second would be the Civil War fight in the airport. The airport.
Oh yeah.
With T'Challa popping up.
That one too.
That
That
was
one's
a sick
amazing.
one. It's hard to say any though that really compare to those two because all the movies before this weren't ensemble.
Well, I'll say let's remember like in perspective when the first Avengers came out. I remember that was so hype with like Thor versus Captain America versus Iron Man.
That's what I was gonna say in the woods.
Yeah,
that was a great one.
We never saw that before, and for the first time, that was pretty awesome.
That was great.
Oh, that's cool.
Are there any other standouts in the single movies? I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's any amazing ones.
I don't know. My favorite fight for Civil War was Iron Man versus Bucky.
Yeah, and Captain America. That wasn't fair.
It wasn't.
That was a great fight
his
though.
own.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was
a good one.
Yeah, that was great. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The action's usually pretty good, but I'd say probably they get the best in the big movies where everyone comes together.
Yep.
Okay, so this is a quick one. Who's your favorite Guardian? I'll just throw out Drax as my favorite. I remember
funny.
the moment he was introduced with that scene was just like where he's like trying to kill Gamora. It was just hilarious, and then like it's just like the knife. Seeing that was so funny.
Peter Quill.
Yep.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Because he's funny like Drax, and I don't know. He tries the, especially in Infinity War, he tries the one-up Iron Man, which is funny.
Yeah.
That 50% of me that's stupid, that's 100%.
Yep, he's good.
Weirdly enough, I don't think I have a favorite Guardian. Honestly, I kind of just like them.
I was just gonna say overall, how do we feel about the Guardians?
No one to me stands out, honestly.
Do they seem obviously they're not going to be as good as like the original Avengers, but are they still like a good group, or do you think they're kind of like
Peter Quill was?
Are they kind of like
he was
second?
Basically a god until his dad died.
Are they
so
kind of like
cool,
the poor man's Avengers?
No,
or what would you say?
I think the Guardians are good for where they came from because when they came out, no one knew who the Guardians were really, except for like comic book readers. Yeah. But now everyone knows Guardians.
They definitely impressed people. I know from what I heard, like people thought it was gonna flop, and then
everyone's excited for the third movie. So
I am. I'm hyped.
Yeah, and it's actually gonna work now with James Gunn.
Yeah,
that's been a weird ride. Do you have a favorite, Trav? Or?
Groot.
Yeah. I feel like Groot changes in every movie. That's one thing I just thought about.
I like him as
he's
the
big,
young
and then
Groot.
he's baby,
like
and then
the
he's
teenager Groot. That's the one I like.
You can't kill him. He's just a beast.
Yeah, he's a treat.
He's like Thanos. Yeah. Okay. So if you had to lose one MCU movie, what would you lose? Ronnie already said one.
Which one?
Did you say? Okay, we'll go ahead and say.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Thor: Dark World.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
I did not like that one at all.
I'd say as far as I was definitely considering the ones that go through my mind, just going through the worst to me. Well, okay, the worst ones to me are Thor: Dark World, Thor, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. You can't lose Thor because that's his origin story.
Yeah.
And then Thor: Dark World is probably maybe a worse movie than the Iron Man's, but I'll say I don't know. I feel like we have enough of Iron Man overall, like because he's in so many of them. I just feel like I could just lose Iron Man 2 or 3. So I'll lose Iron Man 2 because that was like the least exciting MCU movie probably.
Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin was the stupidest movie.
That was
It was terrible.
I don't know why.
I didn't dislike Iron Man 2. I
don't know. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was more interesting than the second one.
And Black Panther, I just don't like it.
But you would
90%,
lose that.
It's 90% talking. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's literally 90% people just talking.
I was gonna say I like that, but yeah, I understand it's like different.
Yeah,
you know?
like
if you don't like dialogue,
he's like talking to that guy in like the cave or whatever for like literally 10 minutes, and I was like, yeah, I don't want.
But you would lose that over. You would take Dark World over that.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, Dark World. I need to rewatch it because I thought I remember liking it when I first watched it.
Yeah, same thing.
I thought I liked it, but then I don't know why. I thought it just wasn't.
What do you think about that?
I just like it because it has lots of Loki, and I think Loki's. A
well, that's back when that was the last Thor movie where we could take the Thor world seriously. That's why I liked it because Loki was still serious then, and then after that, then it was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
because
I'd say the original Hulk
epic
movie, the Edward Norton one. That
I never watched that.
Oh well, if we're gonna go back that far, all three.
Well, no.
Kick them out.
But that Hulk one is considered.
I guess it's considered. I don't know why, but I guess people consider it
because it's within the time. It's within the time. Yeah.
Really quick, who's seen it? Because like I've never seen it.
I've seen it.
I know Edward Norton is a great actor, so why was it?
Gets it from like the Coke factory? Is that the one where he works at the soda factory?
He goes to a different factory. It's a different one.
I just like on paper I know is Edward Norton Hulk because he's a great actor. He's a great actor. So what went wrong with the movie?
I mean Ben Affleck's a good actor, but that didn't mean he was a good Batman. So I don't know.
True that.
Yep.
I'd even debate he's not a good actor.
I like it. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Who's your favorite villain? I was gonna split this up because I feel like there's gonna be a few that we're for sure gonna pick, and then some that are gonna be nice highlight. So you could say a couple, not just one, because I'll go and get out there. Thanos is my favorite.
Ronnie, go and then I'll go.
All right, actually, go ahead, Ronnie. Who do you got?
Even though I didn't like the movie per se, Eric Killmonger was a great.
All right.
Oh, I agree, Eric. Yeah. I agree. He's a solid villain. Yeah.
He brought some of the most more interesting themes, not just a villain, just to be funny or something.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say Ultron. James Spader is a beast. I love it. Like the way he gets in your head and stuff. He's just talking and so intelligently. It's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, I want to say Ultron, but I'm going to go with Loki. He's still my favorite. Although the problem is they're turning Loki into a good guy.
True.
But I think when Loki was a villain, like in Avengers 1, I liked him.
I love
He was a bad guy forever.
He used to be
bad boys for life.
He used to be the only good villain. I still remember when Loki was like the only great villain. We had no one else.
Loki turned it around for Marvel. Marvel was crazy.
Well, I was going to say, for a while, after Loki, they had a bunch of bad ones. I feel like though Phase 3 really brought some
Red
great
Skull
villains.
sucked.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have any good ones in the beginning.
Oh, can we talk about that? How they brought him back in Infinity War? What the heck? I was not expecting that. That was a curveball.
Yeah, they switched him out for a different person.
I don't know why they do it.
That was insane.
Well, there's another character that was supposed to be there, but they wanted to use someone we know instead. So
but I forgot him.
Well, before I might want to hit on some minor ones, but I want to say Thanos. Obviously, everyone knows he's an incredible villain, but I think he's amazing. I just
like his Black Order as well.
I like the idea. Oh yeah, and they were all pretty
Ebony
cool.
Maw.
Dude, Ebony Maw was low key pretty dope, man. He was he was scary, dude. He was actually pretty scary. But I like the idea of actually having the villain actually viewed as a person, like as a human, and that's what they did with Thanos. Yeah. Almost like a protagonist. You know, I just like that. Definitely makes it more real.
Because his motives aren't entirely like evil. He's trying to do something kind of.
And they make him do something like that's, I guess, crazy overall, but then you can still understand it.
Right.
Like Hitler.
Yeah, kind of like Hitler. Let's see. Hitler's technically a villain in one of them.
Yeah,
Captain America.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's a real antagonist.
He wasn't featured. But.
The more you hear about this Hitler guy, the more to think he's not a very good guy.
I just can't. Wait.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree. All right, let's see.
Wait.
Okay. And I want to say Phase 3 really killed. Like, I feel like before Phase 3, basically we only had Loki. But once Phase 3 hit, like seriously, every villain in Phase 3 was really good because you had who's the Spider-Man one? Vulture was really good.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
The Thor Ragnarok villain was good. I'm forgetting all their names.
Hela.
Okay, so Vulture, Hela, Killmonger, Thanos.
Technically, Searcher.
Like these are all a lot of really good villains. Yeah, so I thought they kind of finally stepped it up.
Yeah.
All right. And we are back. So talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The next discussion topic: whose side do you take on Civil War?
The North.
You racist.
There you go.
Got him.
All right, so which side do you take in the movie Civil War? So this is twofold. You have the Sokovia Accords, and then you have Bucky. Those are just two parts of it. So I don't even know what you're doing. All right, so does anyone have I can jump in.
Go.
All right.
Ahead.
So I think overall, my opinions went back and forth when I watched it a couple of times, but at first I think I was more sympathetic to Captain America, but I think at the end of the day I would side more with Iron Man. Actually, no, wait. I was trying to remember how I thought of it. Actually, no. Captain America. Okay, Captain America's wrong. I think with Bucky, it was really stupid how Captain America let basically all of his objectivity go away for Bucky, and I thought that, Captain America is supposed to be this, noble hero for everyone, and he's clearly being super biased in that movie. I mean, Bucky's done all these bad things. He needs to be...
Exterminated.
Locked up at least something,
Hey, it's okay. We lost him in Infinity War. So.
I mean, okay, so that's one side of it. I would agree more with Iron Man. But then the other side, I don't know, Sokovia Accords, I feel like in a real world, I would side with Iron Man that they need to have some sort of accords, they need to work with the leaders around the world and stuff. But in a fake world where we have all these crazy supernatural things in other galaxies, I do think the Avengers pretty much need to be able to do their own thing because Let's be honest. Like, if there's things going on, like bigger picture than just the Earth, the government's just gonna have gridlock and say, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. Whereas the Avengers, like they need to get moving, like to face things like Thanos. People on Earth are not even gonna think about that. They're gonna be like, no, stay here, help things here. But yeah, when they need to handle bigger picture things. So I guess I would side with the Captain America on that part of it with the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah, I would side with Captain America. No, wait.
No, Captain America wanted.
Iron Man.
Yeah, okay. Iron Man wants the Sokovia Accords. No, Iron Man wants the Sokovia Accords that they signed a deal with the government.
If you're gonna have an accord, don't name it Sokovia because that's way too difficult to name. Tell me Iron Man's point again.
Iron Man wants the Avengers to be affiliated with like the European or the EU, basically the world.
Oh, that's right, because he meets that lady and the lady tells him.
Yeah, and there's some. I think it's a valid. I think both sides are valid, and Captain America thinks they need to be able to make their own decisions and they can't get involved in the politics.
Word.
So.
I agree with Captain America on the politics, and I agree with Iron Man on Bucky.
Yeah.
Wow, Josh, well put.
I'd say and like I said, in a supernatural world, I guess I would side with Captain America because I don't think the governments are capable of understanding like everything else going on outside of the Earth. But I do think there needs to be some sort of accountability. Like I think there definitely is something part of Iron Man's point that could take place.
Yeah, I mean.
But then again, at the end of the day, with the arguments, they really are kind of stupid. I was gonna say, like they're trying to blame like people dying on the Avengers. Well, wait a second, the Avengers didn't do anything. Like millions more people would have died.
That's true.
That's pretty basic. Like that's not even a hard concept to understand.
Are you gonna tell that to the families of the people that did die?
Yes, I mean.
You're gonna shout out to all those people in Sokovia?
Dude, it's just
lost
like
someone?
Again, it's just weak-minded people can't,
Yeah.
Whoa.
And CNN.
I think we just need to take out
reporting.
CNN just shilling for Thanos.
Yeah.
CNN and Loki.
That's just what it does, All right, so if that's all we got there, let's see. Endgame predictions. I haven't even thought too hard about this, but go ahead, jump in. No spoilers. Pretend you don't even know about it. Apparently something was leaked. Okay, what's your just overall on the movie? What's gonna happen? Just you can say anything, and then also let's think about like who do you think's gonna die? I think we're pretty sure Captain America's out. So other than Captain America, that's like the sure in. Who do we think is gonna probably die in this next movie? A couple things I think about.
Hopefully Thanos.
The original cast, except for Thor.
He will not
what's
die.
his name?
Ooh.
Jeremy Renner.
Okay.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And then
Why don't you think
Black
Hawkeye's
Widow.
gonna die?
because I don't think they're gonna. I don't think
he's
they're gonna
important
kill
enough to kill him.
Thor. I think is gonna fly off after this and be like, I'm going back to space.
Yeah.
And then Hawkeye and Black Widow, I think they're so minor that they can leave them in because it's not a big deal. But then like Iron Man, Cap, like they're just too important. They gotta go so that they can make room for the next people. And then Hulk. I think he's gonna stick around because you can't kill Hulk. So I don't think he'll die.
We have a Hulk.
But I think he'll find some way to disappear after these movies. After
Sun's getting real.
Well,
low.
basic thing that helps Hawkeye is he has like a family, and I feel like they're not gonna kill him.
That's true.
His family probably dies on the snap. That's a prediction, and then he's gonna be all sad, and then they come back at the end.
Word, yeah, that's how.
And then they're not. He's not gonna die again, and then they're alone. That wouldn't happen. So, I think probably Iron Man. Like, I think that would actually be really, impactful if Captain America and Iron Man die. I don't even know who else. I mean, they have to have people dying, and it's not like they don't have enough characters. So they have way more that are gonna come back. So, everyone from the snaps gonna come back.
Marvel,
As long
So
as
I
we get
hope
the
they
Wasp
kill.
back,
I hope they
'cause
kill some
Ant-Man
people.
needs a shouty,
Yep.
We need the Wasp back.
All right.
I mean, we could do without Captain Marvel. She could go.
Yeah, imagine they introduce her
I
one
wouldn't
movie and then
mind.
kill her in Infinity War.
Like Black Panther.
Yeah, exactly. See,
That's true.
so it's
I
gonna
wish-
happen. Then. See,
Stood up in the middle of the
Some
theater.
people have to. Yeah.
Started clapping.
Some people for sure have to die though. Like we'll see. I don't even care who it is aside from the main ones that need to die. I think that's interesting if Thor survives. I thought he probably will survive, which is interesting because he's been
hard to kill.
He's already been in it so
Thor
long.
can't be killed.
I just wonder what are they gonna do with him, after. But
Like
yeah,
I
we'll
said,
talk about
send him
that
off to
later.
space.
They just got him a new eye.
Yeah.
Like, don't kill him.
We'll have another question for that. Okay.
Hot Shadow just stays perfect.
Any more Endgame predictions, just in general?
No.
Ronnie, got any thoughts of where it's gonna go? Or
I think they're gonna fight Thanos. The only place they can defeat him, the quantum realm.
do you guys think there's gonna be another villain introduced? Because I almost feel like
No.
Thanos' story is almost. I don't know.
No.
I feel like that he's got to have some help, so they'll get
Yeah,
like
I don't
someone
know.
like.
No.
I feel like his story's it's almost over. Like, why is he even gonna fight for it now? Because like he's already done it.
Thanos is probably gonna fight.
He's just fighting for his life at this point.
But
So-
I just think if I was Thanos, like I wouldn't care that much. Like at that point,
There's 3 people.
he seems like he did his goal and he's done.
Actually, there's 4 people that might be. Although I know that's not fair because then that makes my chances of being right really high. But I'll say them anyway.
No, go ahead.
So
I think one of 9 things is
Yeah.
gonna happen.
it could be. But anyways, First off, back to Doctor Strange. When Doctor Strange was training with
something big's gonna happen.
When he was training with Mordo, the black dude from the Buddhist temple or whatever, that guy had a staff, and he said, "This is the staff of the Living Tribunal." So, in the Marvel universe, the Living Tribunal is the most powerful thing in the universe besides their version of God. So the Living Tribunal basically only steps in when the balance of the universe has been messed with. So I feel like Thanos, what his whole motivations were, is he did the snap to stop the Living Tribunal from coming out and coming after people. I feel like he was trying to actually save the universe. So anyways, they're gonna stop it though. The snap will go away, and then I think the Living Tribunal will show up. Otherwise, I don't know why, because Marvel does a really good job, and Disney, with throwing Easter eggs at us and then showing us the things.
And it's almost
Do you
Easter,
think-
too.
Yeah, so Easter is here. So
That
the
is
egg
true.
should be
Yeah,
here,
Esther
right?
just passed.
So it could be the Living Tribunal as the next baddie, and that could be one of the last end scenes, or not the cut scenes. I think they're one of the end scenes. There will be two, in my opinion. I think the last one is going to show us the new baddie. So it could be him. Next one, oh great, I thought of a fifth, but I'm not going to say it.
Just don't. Yeah, that's a lot.
So the next
10,
one,
go ahead.
I'll say these really fast.
Can you give Watch Mojo's top 10 characters that are probably gonna?
I
Okay.
hate her voice so much.
I think it's going to be Galactus. I don't think it's going to be Living Tribunal. Galactus was originally shown in the, what is it called, Fantastic Four, which he was a really crappy big black cloud of smoke.
Yeah.
But now that they actually have the rights, the deal just went through, they have enough time to put in an end scene with Galactus. He's basically like the judge of the universe.
Are you so now?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're talking about leading and after.
I'm
Endgame? Is that
talking
what
being
you're saying?
the next baddie.
We'll get there too, but
Oh,
yeah, I'm just saying
oh.
only an Endgame because we're gonna have a question on
only
where
an
it goes
Endgame.
after.
Oh, then never mind. Go
What's
ahead.
predictions?
No,
I was gonna
no.
say I don't know if it's happening already, but I thought for sure Adam Warlock's supposed to be the next big character, and he might
They're
even.
switching him
People are
out for
saying,
Captain Marvel. It's what it looks like.
Yeah.
"Oh, is Captain?" Well, I
Because
guess
he was teased, but then
I was gonna say I thought he's the only one who could like come in and basically match for Thanos, but technically now
No.
Thanos,
Captain Marvel's supposed
Thanos
to be
doesn't.
Omega level.
Thanos
really
isn't
strong.
that strong that he now that he doesn't have the 6 stones. Because when Thanos does the snap, he lost the 6 stones, right? By doing that. So now he's regular Thanos, who probably would be a match.
Did he lose his stones when he?
I thought when he snaps, it like use
Nah,
the
dude,
energy.
he'll always
of
have
the
No,
stones.
he still has them.
He'll
Oh,
always
does he?
have the
Yeah, because
stones.
remember in the last scene he was sitting watching over everything. And
If
he
you
was
look
like
at the gauntlet,
It looked like the gauntlet was
it
wrecked.
was all wrecked. Yeah,
Looks like it was Shrek.
He'll always have his stones.
Hey, true.
Hey.
at least 2.
Unless
I was gonna, well, yeah. So we'll see, and
That's
obviously with everyone
that's
teaming
a
up,
minute.
I'm sure they'll find a way for them to beat Thanos regardless. But okay, so that's Endgame. Now, okay, you have another point. Okay,
No.
now we're gonna get to. I thought this would be just because I don't think we're ever gonna have a DCU podcast. There's not enough interesting things going on there, but I did want to throw them in
Give it a few
somewhere.
years, my friend.
All right, so let's just say quick thoughts on the DCU. I know we already talked about it a little, but we can go ahead, just say like your thoughts on those movies and how they compare to Marvel. What's good or what's bad about them?
I'll
As
let
pros
them
and
go first,
cons.
'cause I know they.
I know Josh has a
Josh
lot to
has
say.
big
I'll
thought,
go first
DC
fan.
because
Go
I
for it.
don't have that much
Yeah.
to say. I feel like DC just tries to like really overcompensate in their movies. They try to put a ton in it, and they're not really that good. Exactly. Yeah.
Like a guy driving a truck.
Shazam. I really like Shazam. I really like Wonder Woman. I didn't think Aquaman was that good. I love Aquaman, like the actor and the character, but there's just
He's
too
a
much
beast.
going on, like too many things happening. I did not like Justice League. And also, I feel like DC, like, they know they can't make good movies, so they just make 1,000 TV shows about every single person they can think
But
of.
the TV shows are good.
I know that they're overcompensating where they're not compensating.
They're overcompensating for something.
That's true. So they come up with 1,000 different TV shows, and they put them all on Netflix.
All right, I have some thoughts. Either you want to go?
I think they are heading towards the right direction, at least picking actors to be in their movies.
Yeah,
Like so far, because I like their pick for Aquaman. He was a good choice.
their actors are
Shazam
good.
was a
I'll say
choice.
that. Like,
They're actors.
They're
Wonder
good.
Woman,
They're
very
pretty
good choice.
good.
Very good choice.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think their movies are more serious as far as not being on the funny side. Although Shazam was pretty hilarious, but
I think they, at one point, they were better than Marvel. Like, when those Batmans were
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
absolutely.
by the way,
Yeah.
sorry.
Christian Bale?
We're only talking about the DCU right now. So
Yeah.
everything Man of Steel up because I was gonna say.
DCEU.
Oh, sorry,
DCEU.
DCEU. Because yeah, that's all we're talking about now. Like the 7 movies that came
Yeah,
out.
not the
Yeah,
Christopher.
And I was gonna
Nolan
say
Batman.
because I didn't want to bring up that point. Like they definitely have the potential. The Dark Knight trilogies, I think, is better than anything Marvel has ever made.
That's
Yeah.
the
So-
greatest super.
well,
Like
we're
they-
gonna have what's his name as a director on it.
So I was gonna say
Yeah.
they definitely have the potential,
James
and they
Gunn.
obviously.
Tim Burton, yeah.
I think people probably argue. I'm sure hardcore comic book fans will argue they have a better source overall than the Marvel does with their comics, their comic book characters. I mean,
I
from
think
what
they
I've
have
heard
better
from comic book
characters, yes.
fans, they seems like the DC, like the Marvel heroes are definitely low, but it seems like DC is like the most loved with like Superman, Batman, Flash,
Marvel
Joker, all
basically
these
copied
characters.
Most of DC's characters.
Okay, so I know Josh, you're gonna have a lot to say, so I'll go ahead and say mine first. So I think that DCU, when I look back on it, it's definitely not very good. I mean, it's pretty. Everyone knows this, that it was so disjointed the way they started out. They rushed it. I mean, they gave us Man of Steel first, which is good, even though I didn't think the movie was that good. But
Nor did I.
they started there, and then they jumped right into Batman vs Superman, and then they jumped into Justice League. That 2 years later, they just rushed it so hard. And obviously with Marvel, they took their time. You know, Marvel really. That's what is great about Marvel, and that's the difference is they take their time. They're patient with building on the universe. And giving the side movies to develop the characters before they all come together.
There's so many different connections too.
Yeah.
Like so many things are like weaving together to make these final movies. And I feel like what you just said, like they just rush them out with DC, and then they kind of play catch up with their other movies.
Yeah, and it's sad. I think it really just was a cash grab. Like they're trying to bring Justice League. They brought Batman vs Superman out to go alongside Civil War, and then they try to bring Justice League out to go alongside Avengers. They're just trying to match them, I guess, to get more money or something. And like I said, when I look back, I think the only one I really liked was Batman vs Superman, and that's kind of the one a lot of people don't like. I just thought that was the only one that was really interesting, and that was the last one before they started doing this, trying to make their movies like carbon copies of the MCU movies, and they're just not as good. Like they basically tried to make like Aquaman is like basically an MCU movie. Like it's just super comedic to me, and it's just. They can do that, and honestly, I think Aquaman was probably better than a lot of their other movies, and probably in Shazam, from what I've heard, I've heard they just made a really fun movie. And Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman
was pretty good up until the point where they reveal who the villain is, and he's pretty much God in the flesh. He's pretty much Jesus Christ because he's like floating.
Yeah. Remus Lupin?
Lightning's coming out of him, dude.
Lupin.
He's insane. That threw me for such a loop. He's like floating, disappearing.
Well, now
he's pretty much.
I can throw in my unpopular opinion now. I think Wonder Woman has to be one of the most overrated comic book movies because before I watched it, people were acting like it had like 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes. It was rated higher than almost every other Marvel movie at the time. People were saying it was like comparable to like Winter Soldier and Dark Knight. Like they were saying it was that level. And when I watched it, it was like an average Marvel movie, and probably not even that good. It was just super basic. Like it was just all the themes in it. It was just super simplistic to me.
Would you be saying that if she was a man?
Yeah,
if
it was Wonder Man.
Yeah. You're a pig, Drea.
You're a
I'll have you know.
I know many women.
I know plenty of women.
But yeah, and I'm still waiting for a really good female superhero movie so I can say, hey, that one's great.
Well, I can
But
tell you what
think
it's
Wonder
not. It
Woman
is not
will
Captain Marvel.
And guess what? And that I don't want it to
Captain
be
Marvel.
because they're a woman, they get judged higher or lower. So, but yeah, I just don't think Wonder Woman was that good. Hopefully Captain Marvel's good, but from what I heard, it's even worse.
It's not.
People are saying it's not even up to Wonder Woman's standards. So I don't know.
Well, she's not as cool as Wonder Woman.
Anyway, and then what else is there? Suicide Squad. I watched like half of that and I didn't even finish it. Did anyone like it?
The first half was great. The
Anyone
second
like
half
it?
was
Okay, because
you probably watched the best part of it.
Yeah, I just wasn't.
And if you
I
turn it
wasn't
off
into
based on that,
one.
then it probably
If
wasn't a
they
very good
took
movie.
out the witch chick, it would
Yes,
Yeah, it would've been
I
better.
totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Leave her brother in as the bad guy, the big, tall.
And give
whatever.
Will Smith his own movie as that character. What is it, Deadshot?
Deadshot.
He's a beast.
I do want to say,
It's going to be Idris Elba now.
Yeah.
No, 'cause Will
Dude,
Smith's out.
Idris Elba's getting in everything.
He is, yeah.
someone
But I
needs to
mean,
stop that
Will
guy.
Smith's real busy answering whatever wishes and stuff.
He's
Yeah,
a
true.
YouTube, he's a
He's
YouTube channel.
That's
now.
true.
Yeah.
His bucket
This
list?
is a story, y'all.
Yeah.
So I already talked about
list.
Aquaman. I did want to say like Aquaman. I do think it was like a really fun movie, and that's the thing. Like, just because these movies aren't like, I mean, movies don't have to be like the best movie you've ever seen.
I rest my case.
They can still be fun.
Anyone listening, please rewind and go to the part where he said Aquaman was bad,
Yeah,
and then come back to this part where he said it was good.
No, I didn't say. What I said was it was a carbon copy of an MCU movie, and I've already seen 20 of those. So I just did. It literally, you gain nothing from it. It was just another movie just like that. It was just.
And
it was
that's how
super
I feel
fun.
about every MCU.
No,
movie
and you
since Iron
can
Man
say the
1.
same thing with MCU too. If you don't like one MCU movie, you're probably not going to like a lot of the other ones. So
Yep.
anyway, but like I said, Aquaman's probably my second favorite after Batman vs Superman because it was probably the best one. Well, I haven't seen Shazam yet, so maybe that'll be the
You'll
best
like
one.
it.
But it was probably one of the best ones I've seen from DC.
Although in Shazam, there's not really like a fight scene. It's pretty much just like
That's
throwing
fine.
each other.
That's okay.
At this point, like I said, I mean, we've seen so many comic book movies. I think it's fine that they
That's
start
okay to
making
me.
something different.
Although
Make
it was freaking funny. I'll
like
give it
Deadpool
that.
was like really different. That one.
Oh,
turned out
Deadpool!
good.
How do we not talk? Well, I guess that's
Well,
not
that's
really
it's
Marvel.
not even
It's
in
none of
MCU.
it.
But I was just gonna say like I think it's good that they try something different. That's
Although
what
Deadpool's supposed to be the new Stan Lee
looks like
cameo.
Shazam is doing that.
Yeah, and they're gonna be taken over by Disney, so it's not gonna be as funny and raunchy.
Yeah,
so.
Deadpool's
Anyway.
probably one of the best Marvel movies ever.
Yeah, it was good.
You didn't like the second one?
Oh, it was so good.
All right. Well, I guess Josh, give us your
I
takes.
would just say the DCEU is underrated in the same way I think the MCU is overrated. I think the MCU has a lot of really good movies, but I also think I think the DCU has good movies too. Although the problem with the DCU is they're coming from the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, which everyone likes.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no way to.
So the problem is they started off at like a really high that everyone's like Heath Ledger, Christian Bale,
Exactly.
everyone's like, dude, that's
Maggie
what.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
Tom Hardy.
That's what a superhero movie.
Bob
Exactly.
Saget.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Maggie
And then
Gyllenhaal. Just
You
keep
you
saying
notice
it.
though that was kind of like the heyday of like superhero movies at the start,
Yeah.
and then after that we take Tom Hardy out, we put him in Venom, and it's kind of a poop show. Like it was a good movie, but it made like $800 million, but it's not that good. compared to
alright,
other-
yeah.
It's not amazing.
Was Venom?
But I'm
that was
saying,
Marvel.
if you
Yes,
say, but
Venom
if you
was
talk
Marvel.
about Bane though, Tom Hardy's
Oh,
Bane,
that was amazing.
everyone loves him.
Dude, Bane
So,
was one of
yeah.
the best villains ever.
Ever.
So
Alright.
and so that's my theory on why the DCU is not seen as good, because they came from such hype, and then at the same time MCU gets all this hype because they started off with like Hulk, which we all hate. And all
that's
these,
true.
and they start off
That's
with
true,
they
yeah.
started off with crap, and then once they got the formula right, they just replicate.
I'll say, to be
replicate,
fair,
replicate,
like the
replicate.
first few MCU movies, other than like Iron Man and I would argue Captain America,
Yeah.
like they weren't very good in the beginning. Like some of them weren't great compared to what we have now. So like I said, if DC just built and like took their time, I think it could have turned out better. Because Marvel wasn't so hot in the beginning. Iron Man 2 and
Yeah.
3, Thor 1, like those,
And
those weren't very
MCU
exceptional
MCU
movies.
figured out what sells today is humor. So
Yep.
they started going humorous. Thor Ragnarok, they totally destroyed Thor's character in order to get money, and they got money, and they got.
but
they
it
got
is
ratings.
better. You said yourself it's better.
No, I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying humor is what sells now. But let's go to the DCU. They stuck to their guns with that dark, gritty Christopher Nolan world with every movie.
Yep.
Man of Steel, Batman.
I think this
all
is a
that
great
stuff.
point, and once you finish, I was going to add something on that.
But
'cause
yeah,
I think
so
that's a great point.
basically because of that, the DCU was sabotaged from the start, cut from their
Probably an
start.
inside job. I think Marvel sent someone over to DC. They're like, "Hey, make the worst movie." No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and then that's basically my feelings. I personally like the DCU. I've enjoyed Suicide Squad. I've liked Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
I like Man of Steel. All those movies, I liked them. I definitely do see the flaws that everyone talks about, but I don't think that they're worthy of like the ratings they get and like the people saying Batman vs Superman was such a stupid movie. I really don't think that's true. So I don't know. Like
What do you think about Justice League?
Justice League? I agree that the villain was totally CGI crap. I don't like it. Because you look at Thanos, he's like really good at CGI.
Yeah.
So obviously they made a mistake with that. But the overall movie, though, it was good for what it was. Because like
Well,
you guys
again-
said, they threw it together. They shoved in all
Yeah.
these characters. Cyborg didn't have a standalone. Ezra Miller didn't have a Flash standalone. So they just chucked
If
him
you're
in
just
there.
coming in for a fun movie, though, it's
Yeah.
still a good time. Like,
But
if you're not expecting a super deep
the
movie,
last,
that's fine.
the last thing I'll say is I think DCEU, I think they're smart. I think what they're doing is sabotaging themselves. Because if you've noticed, the last 3 movies they've done, Wonder Woman, the one you just said, Aquaman,
Aquaman and
then Shazam, they've killed it each time, and now it looks like they're showing their true colors.
Arguable, yeah. No, they
So-
have, as far as most people, I think most people
So
like
I
those.
think
wait.
this works
So,
for
yeah.
them because the problem is. Oh no, not the problem. The good thing is DCU is coming now. Everyone has the bar low on them, so they can
Yep.
beat it every time. Whereas Marvel, they've got to come from a super high point.
True.
So the tables have turned.
I just feel like at this point, I feel like if they just do one-shot movies, then that's the
And
way
that's
to
what
go.
they're gonna do.
Because their extended universe
Yeah,
is falling
going-
apart.
going
Like, they're
back
losing
to-
actors.
Going back to what
Again,
Travis
because of
said,
the way they did it.
the Easter eggs and the connections are what we love about the MCU. But the problem is you can't just copy someone else. You got to have your own thing. And I think DC is finally doing that with these standalones.
Well, here's what I was gonna say, and I was gonna see what you guys think about this. What I would have wished with DCU is that they made their own extended universe, but it was dark and it was realistic and it was gritty. And guess what? They tried it in the beginning with Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. The first 2, they were pretty dark and gritty. They didn't turn out so good. But the problem wasn't that they were dark and gritty. The problem was that they were just bad movies. Like I think MCU, I did not like the way that movie was
Disagree.
compiled. And then with Batman vs Superman, actually, sorry, did I say it was a bad movie? I like Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought it was a bad movie. What? So wait, I was just go ahead and who thinks it's a bad movie and why? I'm just curious because I know a lot of people think it's a bad movie.
I don't think it's that bad.
But anyway,
it was hard to like stay interested in it.
yeah. Okay. Well,
It's a long one.
I'll say this. I wouldn't say it's a
like
bad movie,
2
but they're
hours,
definitely
2
not
plus.
great. Like I said, they're definitely not great movies.
It's not a terrible movie. It's just when you
yeah.
compare it to all the other great superhero movies, it's like I don't.
Anyway, the point is they thought they made bad movies, so then they said, okay, Marvel's been doing something great here. Let's just do what Marvel's doing, and they started moving that way. I think Wonder Woman was probably still a little more like serious and realistic.
It was serious.
But then after that, I think like Aquaman again, total like Marvel movie to me, and then it sounds like Shazam is, and Justice League too. Justice League was like an Avengers reboot. It was just total comedy all the way through, and that's what I don't like. Some people like that, and I'm consistent on this because guess what? Ragnarok, I think it was a good movie. I didn't like that either as far as how much more comedic it gets. That's just my opinion because I prefer it to be more serious and more realistic. I like to take it seriously, but that's just me.
Next.
All right. So that is the DCU.
They're coming back.
DCEU.
Yeah, and
The
they're coming back
DCEU.
with a vengeance.
Yep.
What's even
Did I
come
see
back
what I
with
did there?
Avenger? Yeah. Avenger. I hardly know her. Okay.
Okay.
Where do you want to see the MCU go now? This was typo. Where do you want to see the MCU go now? So let's say once Endgame
Off the grid.
Once Endgame is finished, do you want to? So answer 2 parts of this. Where do you want to see it go, and also like what type of fan are you going to be of the series after Endgame? I was just wondering about that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know as much as any of you guys here.
You've seen all of them.
I know I've seen all of
seen
them,
more-
but
but
all
more
you
than
guys like the comic books, like the different like theories and
nerds.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
guys are nerds.
I'll say
Yeah,
I
me
don't.
neither.
I don't know the comic books either. All I know is the movies.
No,
Josh
Josh and Ronnie-
gives me sources,
Yeah, I know
though,
the
and
comics.
Ronnie
They-
kind of does too. So
I just keep it on.
And
my
Josh,
Yeah.
he sees the movies later than everyone else,
Yep.
and he still knows everything.
yeah, he knows
So
before
that's
the
the
movie.
thing. Yeah, he knows before it
does no
comes out, and he
research.
doesn't watch it
I like
for
to
another
research.
3 months
I think
after.
he has a guy on the inside.
So
No,
I mean,
just-
it just depends on the movie. I watch everything DC. I watch everything Marvel that comes out. So I'm gonna watch it whether
Yeah.
it's good or bad, and then
Yeah.
I'll get on Dry's podcast and tell you guys what I think.
there you go. So what do you want to see go after Endgame? Like, what do you want to see happen with all these
Spider-Man's the
characters that are
future.
left?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say that Spider-Man's the
hopefully.
future. That was a great movie. Homecoming was
Yep.
such a great
Hope the
movie.
second one
We know
just
for
as
sure
good.
we already have more Black Panther and Doctor Strange coming. Probably more Captain Marvel. So at least they still have a universe moving on forward. I just don't
Yeah,
know.
but-
Black
How good
Panther,
is it?
strike 1. Captain
Yeah.
Marvel, strike 2.
Hold up.
Doctor Strange will be.
Doctor Strange,
pretty
that's
good.
that's
It'll be pretty good.
that's
Okay,
that's,
overratedness aside,
that's a double.
I still think Black Panther is the
It's a
movie
good
was
movie.
good, and I
Yeah.
think it has potential to be one of the more interesting series. I hope it's a trilogy at some point.
And I love Chadwick Boseman. He's a beast.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I know it's not your taste, just like Ragnarok's not my taste. So I was gonna say, but to me with Black Panther, I hope they get more like political and more like.
I don't.
More political?
Whoa.
No,
how do you
heck
mean?
no.
I'm
They're
saying-
so political.
Understand when
already.
I say that? I don't mean they're shoving messages down your throat.
They are.
I mean they're making it about politics. I want to see his movie about him being king and ruling, not just him beating people up. He's king now of Wakanda, or whatever. Is he
Oh,
king?
you mean politics like that?
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
like,
that's
feel
what I mean.
like
Sorry,
they-
and I know there's a misconception
yeah.
there. Some
Not the
people think
underlying,
like,
yeah.
Not yeah, exactly. Not
Call
the
it nice
underlying.
out.
Yeah.
Not the
whatever
social
she says.
undertones.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
not the
Okay.
SJW
Kingdom
stuff.
politics.
Okay, so anyway, I want to see him
Okay.
because my problem is with stuff. I feel like a lot of these movies, like with Aquaman 2, like he becomes the king. I'm like, but are they really? And I hope he does too. Like I feel like they get there and then they don't actually delve into what happens after. So now that Black Panther, once he comes back, I hope he rules Wakanda. I hope they don't like make him go away and make sure he becomes the queen or whatever people want to have.
Please
No,
don't.
I want to see him be the king, and I hope Black Panther 2 starts getting into that, like what he does with his ruling. That'd be interesting. And then Doctor Strange. Okay, I'll say this. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep watching all these movies, but honestly, with certain ones, I'm definitely excited. Like Doctor Strange 2, it just sounds awesome. It's called Doctor Strange Nightmare. I think I don't know. It just sounds super interesting.
It'll be interesting.
I think his movies are trippy. That's why I like them. They're like
I'm pretty sure there'll be a third bargain.
I'm just
That guy knows how to get
Dormammu.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah. Dormammu and Thanos. With Thanos, he's like, "I'll give you a bargain. If you don't
Make
kill
you
the
an offer you
Stark,
can't
I will
What
give
if
you the
Ant Man
stone."
went in Dormammu? No.
No. Okay. We're not going.
Okay. So, any thoughts on where you want to see it go? Are you still going to be on board?
Oh,
Basically,
Where's MCU gonna
where do you
go?
want it to, or where do you want it to go? And are you still going to be like as big of a fan as you are now?
I'll be a big fan if they go where I want it to go. But
right. No, no,
true of everything.
Yeah, and where's that?
But I'm saying if they stick with
crossover.
Earth and if they keep cashing in on
Oh.
Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, on these main
good.
6, if they keep cashing on them, I'm out. But
Well, we probably know they're moving on, right?
Hopefully.
We think that, but
Hopefully.
if you look at Disney's track record, they will go
They
to
know
wherever.
what makes money.
Yeah, they'll
Yes,
go to
they
the
will.
moneymaker, and that's why we see the
That's
Star Wars
true.
movies, which
That's
I keep
true.
referencing.
Stop beating a dead horse with the Star Wars movies.
Guess who
It's
the new
over.
villain's gonna be? It's gonna be Palpatine. Why would they pull out an old dude who's like done?
Okay, you're right,
Like
but
we
we're-
have Snoke. Why not build on Snoke? Because
Is he
Snoke
dead?
didn't. No one cared about Snoke.
Because
So now,
Snoke is woke.
let's go back to Palpatine. But anyways,
Snoke is
so-
woke. He had to go.
and here's another thing. Like these guys may be done with contracts, but some of them are actually in one more contract. Thor, his contract's over. He's doing this movie with no contract, so
True.
he could just keep going. I hope he doesn't.
I
Bucky
hope so.
still has 3 more movies
No.
signed up in his contract. So, anyways, but the point is,
So what characters do you want to see focused on? Then
I want
not
the new
main.
characters.
I agree.
I want Spider-Man.
I
I want
want-
Doctor Strange. I think he hasn't had enough.
Oh yeah,
time.
he had like one and then
He had
some
one,
cameos.
I want
and that's
Ant-Man.
it.
Not enough.
I want
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's
I
a beast,
He's
yeah.
great. He's funny. He's got interesting stuff with the quantum realm that we could go into.
Yes.
Because the quantum realm could tie them to
Yes.
other universes. So, anyways,
Yes.
I want these people. I don't want the
The
old
Office.
six.
They could
I
tie
just
them
saw-
in.
Dude, that'd be so
Dude.
great. Yeah,
Nah.
the copier. But anyways,
I totally just because it's cool. I hope they flesh out and finish everyone's trilogy. Like I hope everyone gets a full 3 movies.
Oh.
That'd be cool to see eventually. Like Doctor Strange goes
Maybe.
2 and 3.
yeah.
Ant-Man gets a 3.
My last thing,
Yeah.
they need to get off of Earth because 90% of actual
Yeah.
Marvel like comics are written outside of our galaxy, and like 100% of these have been all about our galaxy, except for Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously, they do their own thing.
I agree with you, and I'm pretty sure
We'll
you're
see
right
last
that
one
they're
back.
going to
But
start
it's
moving
time
on.
to bring in other stuff
Yeah.
because like right now, I'm getting tired of them making another random place like Sokovia. We've never heard of that before. That's where this is happening. Oh, Wakanda. You never heard of that before.
Yeah.
It's like
It's kind of like Uganda, but it's not.
exactly. It's better. And Sokovia is
Either
like
way,
it's
you
like
got
an
to watch
Eastern-
it. So.
Yeah. So I really want them to get somewhere else. Go somewhere else because it's getting boring on Earth. But yeah.
Go with the Guardians. I'd like them to see.
And
that
like
way as
seriously,
well.
like
More
Thanos
space.
out of all places, like he comes to Earth. Like there's so many planets, and he's
That's
just
where they have like
That's
let-
so
he's,
true.
He's like, let's see, where do I need to go to just do the snap?
he
It's
came
like,
there for he had to get the stones. That's
no,
why he came
I
there.
get that, but it's like he could have got them in any other way at any other time, but he like waits till the very end to go to Earth. It's like, come
Yeah,
on.
isn't that dude ancient?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
like
Well,
old and all.
Yeah, they had
anyways.
one. I think he came there because they had a stone.
Anyways, but yeah.
Okay, Ronnie, you got any?
I also want to see them do a crossover with X-Men if that could be possible.
Ooh,
somehow.
they might at that point because like I almost feel like do you think like obviously I feel like Endgame's gonna be the peak. 100% if Tony and Captain America are gone, those are like the two
Are you
biggest
on a
characters.
Are you on a first name basis with Iron Man? I feel
I
like
am.
you need to show him a little bit more respect.
Dude,
Call him
Iron
Mr.
Man-
Stark or Iron Man. Tony's on.
I like saying one name and it's like I want to call him Iron. That's kind of weird, so I'll call him Tony. You know.
Iron and Captain. They got their thing.
Yeah.
going.
Iron and Cap. Hey.
Yeah.
So anyway, those guys are out. I would be shocked if Thor keeps going like as far as he already has 3 movies. I don't know. Are they gonna keep making more of him? Like you said, they
Please,
could,
yeah.
but I feel like that's milking it because we've seen.
Yeah, milking the cow.
I don't know.
Those cows won't come home.
This is just my random idea. I'd like to see Thor go with the Guardians on like some adventures and out
That'd
in the
be cool.
galaxy.
That'd
I'd
be
like to
cool.
see if they're gonna do stuff, throw people.
That'd be
Oh yeah, the other thing I like to see is when they make a movie, like throw in other characters. So like they have all these extra characters now. So let's see them. Let's see Doctor Strange team up with like Ant-Man and go do some weird quantum realm thing. I don't know. So yeah, that'd be cool.
And
to see.
where is Wong? We need.
Yeah,
Dude,
we need
more
more.
Wong.
He's
Wong
like, I could
ditched,
eat a
dude.
sandwich right now.
Let's call him out right now. He just ditched when Thanos and everyone showed up. He's like, "See you guys."
He's got to protect.
I
He's
gotta
gotta
go.
protect it.
Oh, I gotta
bro.
go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Erica.
something Wong. Okay.
Something,
So,
something went wrong. Man.
That's kind of racist.
That's a
right?
load of racist. Well, if anyone's still listening, I apologize. Let's see. Anything else? I mean, again, do you guys think they're going to be? I mean, I think this isn't even a question. Are they going to still be as popular, or how popular are they going to be?
I think they're
I just
going
feel
to lose it after.
Yeah, for
this
sure
and
they're going to go
Spider-Man.
down.
Yeah.
I think they're still going to be really popular just because people. It seems like people love all the characters. Like
Well, they're
Spider.
gonna-
People love Spider-Man. People love. I don't know if they love Captain Marvel. I think a lot of people, enough people like Captain Marvel.
Women do.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna do what they
Enough
always do.
people
They're
like
gonna
Captain
leave this
Marvel.
next movie. They're gonna leave Endgame with you wanting more.
Yeah,
and that'll
they're-
keep you watching. They do
Well-
that every single time.
And this, I was gonna say, this is what I hope. Like I said, that they make it end at least for some of us to be like, all right, we're done here. But then also, then have a little
Like,
teaser
what about
scene.
this? Yeah.
Introduce another
Teaser.
character that's gonna, yeah. Teaser.
There.
Okay. So yep, that's after the MCU. So now for the end, we're gonna say if you could only have 5 MCU movies out of the whatever 22 that's come out so far, if you could only have
Stuck on an
5
island.
for the rest of your life. It's
Desert
always an
island.
island. Let's say you were thrown in the gulags. No, I'm just
War,
kidding.
Civil
Just
And
somewhere.
they give you a movie.
And they said,
Gulags,
pick 5.
oh, God.
They said it's really tough here, but you get 5 movies. Not on DVD. They're on VCR.
All right. Does anyone have their 5 ready? You want to name them off? And you can give your reasoning. If you could only have 5, we can think about it for a bit.
Doctor Strange, Thor: Dark World.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
Guardians of the Galaxy,
Hey.
Age of Ultron, and then, I mean, as of this moment, Infinity War. But I, mean,
I respect that. You made some
Yeah.
bold choices. So explain, like, what is some of those?
I just like them because they have a wide range. This would give me, although
Oh, yeah.
I would want to squeeze Ant-Man in somewhere. I maybe drop Thor.
He's
Dark
pretty
World.
You
small.
know
you
where
can
Ant-Man
squeeze him
could
in.
squeeze into pretty well.
He's pretty small.
Thanos is okay. Go ahead.
So, anyways, I mean, I guess I'll switch out Dark World, even though I really like it. But I'll switch that out for Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man again. It's a heist movie. I love heist movies, and it's cool. And I think Paul, or what's his name, Ronnie?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd is hilarious.
Paul George.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love
we
him.
haven't talked about him.
Infinity War,
George.
honestly, it's just the culmination of everything. It's just such a great movie. So, I mean, to see everybody, it would be great. Guardians of the Galaxy gives you a different group outside of the originals, and it's really nice to see something fresh. With Ronan, who I think is an underrated bad guy. I wish he had
He's
more.
Is he
I
the,
know,
he's the blue one, right?
yeah, he's the blue guy. I
he's
know he's
dope.
in Captain Marvel.
Okay,
but
real
I
quick.
wish-
Sorry, I have to say because I heard people saying Ronan's in Captain Marvel. I haven't really heard
He is.
about that. So he is.
He is.
Was he,
Well,
a big,
remember
was he a big
Captain
deal?
Marvel's in the 80s.
I was just curious about that. Was he a
It's-
big deal in Captain
No,
Marvel?
he had like maybe a
I don't know
5-10
why.
minute
Oh, okay.
cameo at most.
I heard he was gonna be like a big like villain in that. I guess
no,
not.
He should've
it's
been.
just fan service.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah, basically.
and
I'm
then
a fan, so
Age
it's
of
cool.
Ultron because I love James Spader.
Oh,
And
heck yeah.
I thought that was a great movie, even though people didn't like it. I
I'm
just
the
thought
Lizard King.
Yeah, the Lizard King.
I'm the
I thought
Lizard
it was
King.
cool because you get to see a problem they created. It's not a problem from anywhere
Oh,
else.
that's a
It's-
great point. I
it's
didn't even
their
think
fault.
about that. Yeah.
So it's like, and it shows also that movie Ultron actually set up everything for what's his name, Thanos, because it showed that we can barely handle our own stuff, but what happens when the real threats come in the end game from somewhere else?
I'll
And
say,
they
like-
literally said end game. That's
Yeah.
where they got end game.
It has a
That-
good
yeah,
spot.
that
It has a
appreciate
good spot, even though I don't think it's a great movie to
Yeah.
watch, just because of the way they did it.
Obviously, the humor
Yeah.
is bad, but I like to watch the movie.
It has
ironically.
an important spot in the
Yeah.
in the Marvel universe to that movie there. So, okay, so those are your 5.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure I forgot the last one and all that. But yeah.
What'd you say? Okay, Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor
Ant-Man.
Strange. And then I like Doctor Strange because
Age of Ultron.
I love magic, and it's literally the only magic
Guardians.
movie that we have right now. So.
Now, what else do you have? Oh, Infinity War.
Yeah.
Nah, dude,
Yeah.
we got Crimes vs. Grindelwald. Come on.
No, but that's.
Josh didn't like that one.
Yeah, I watched it.
Grindelwald, babe.
I'm gonna do a podcast on that.
Yeah, just all-
Nice, I'm with
Is
it.
anyone talking about those movies? I don't know.
I
You
am.
know those podcasts where they like go through and they like debunk all the things that happen? What is it? It's like the
Oh man.
There's a bunch of weird
no,
ones
it's
on
like
YouTube.
it's
You
like
got
the
me.
thing, all the things wrong with it. You showed me.
Oh,
one.
Yeah,
yeah,
the,
yeah,
oh,
I
I hate
like
those. Where
those.
they run,
They're so
they run
annoying.
off like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
50
Sins.
things.
Yeah, the sins.
The
dude,
movie Sins or
dude,
whatever.
the movie hasn't even started. It's the introduction. Ding. This theme song is
Dude,
stupid.
it's
It's so
seriously
annoying.
the most random thing.
It's so annoying, dude.
All right.
All right.
Next.
Anyone got their 5?
This is a hard question.
Go
This
I
is
don't
a
know.
lot
It's
of thought.
tough, but
Yeah,
it's good
I
though.
can
All
barely
right.
count.
I'll
to
go
so
because I'm ready unless you go on a
Go
second.
on.
Go.
I'm somewhat ready.
Go,
Alright,
Dry,
ahead,
you
Ron.
know.
Okay, I'll go. So you guys know me, my taste. I prefer the more. Well, I like the movies that are great overall, but then I definitely like the ones that are more realistic.
We're all
and-
gonna have the same 5.
So for my 5, one I have to have Iron Man. I think I've thought time and time again that's the
You don't
best
have
one.
to.
Ooh, I'm just-
I have to because
Nah,
I think
you're
that's
right.
the best
Okay,
one.
you're right.
Next, and Avengers, the original Avengers, I think is just like an amazing movie, and even obviously for its time, like when that came out, like there was
was
nothing
awesome.
ever like that before, and even now I think it still holds up, even though it is a little like once we've got more than like Civil War and Infinity War, I think okay, it's not as good as it was, like it gets a little slow when you rewatch it, but I still think it was a great movie, and it was pretty serious, like it took itself very seriously for the most part, and still did have some jokes in there. Loki was pretty cool. After that, I just touched your toe. Put my hand on like this thing and I was filled a toe.
just
Okay, so
touched
that's
your toe.
Iron Man, Avengers, and then
That'd
third,
be a good title for a movie. I'll just take it. Anyways.
I need Infinity War just because that's an incredible movie and
Oh, yeah, it's-
there's nothing like that.
Amazing.
Legally
So-
Blonde too.
Yeah, Legally Blonde too.
No.
Definitely Boss Baby. Okay,
These
so
are
yeah.
guilty pleasures.
Life of Pets. Here we go. Just keep going.
Okay, so Infinity War, Thanos is like an amazing villain, and that movie has everybody. After that, so now I kind of want ones that are a little different. Like Winter Soldier is like I think just a great movie, and it's just it's like a spy movie. That's what I like about it. It's kind of different from all the other Marvel movies. So I really like Winter Soldier. The only thing I didn't like is Bucky. I thought he was kind of a
I
basic
agree.
basic villain. Like he wasn't.
Yep.
But it wasn't
I'm with
when
you.
you. It's not just Bucky. There's also like other characters involved that are like I think the true villains of that movie. So
Hydra.
yeah, there's stuff going on. So that one's definitely one of the
Hitler.
most interesting. And then last, okay, I'm like I have to have at least one that's super comedic. So between all the comedic ones, I think Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is the best. So and you get a whole different cast of characters. So
I
I'd
was
say
gonna say Infinity War.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I have Infinity War.
No,
so.
for comedy.
Yeah.
Oh no, Infinity War is definitely. Honestly, it actually.
The snap. That was
Infinity War
hilarious.
I was gonna
actually
say
did.
Schindler's List.
Yeah, it actually did have a lot of funny moments too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Guardians of the Galaxy is a great movie. So
Yeah,
those are my 5. I think I have a
Schindler's
nice
List.
variety there.
That one line got me. I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
Crowd burst out laughing.
Oh man.
That was good.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Seth, we're like, all right, go ahead.
All right, no more talking lines for you, Josh. All right.
Yep, Ronnie, what do you got?
Shoot.
What else you got?
What else
What
you got?
Ronnie? What else you got? Well, I'm gonna steal from you guys, your guys' list.
Weak.
Just hey, they're good movies.
Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorites
Yeah.
of all time
Yep.
because it takes place all in space and no other movie really is
Yeah.
like that. So that's really dope. And I
Yeah.
just like the characters. Each one of them individually is very, very cool. I would have to say Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
really.
That was a good
No
movie.
one's-
Homecoming was a great movie.
It was, and it gave another take on Spider-Man, and they chose the right guy. I like him a lot as an actor.
Go
so.
Web, go.
Up and
Fly,
away. Web.
up and away, Web. No,
Shazam.
Best Spider-Man
He says
movie.
that.
I'm
Stop.
not even afraid to say
Stop
that.
it.
I'm not either because it's there. Let's see what else
I
we
don't care
got.
if you broke your elbow.
I'll do Civil War, just
Yeah.
because I feel like that one is intense on a lot of
That one's
fronts.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's the one I'm
Tore
sad
our-
I'm missing.
Tore our
But
country apart.
it
yeah,
did.
it really did.
North and South.
You know, the
took us
the
different
South
places.
is really misunderstood. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
South is really misunderstood. Okay.
Last
It's about
one,
states'
Ronnie?
rights.
I've only got 3
Mohammed
actually.
and-
I
Oh.
need 2 more. All right, my other 2. Let's see here.
Guards are coming. Guards are coming. You have to pick.
Let's see. Guards are coming. Oh no!
Remember in the Gulags.
I'm not gonna lie. I would pick Captain America, the first one, just
Yeah.
because I feel like for its
a great
time,
movie.
it
It is
was
a
a
good movie.
really good movie, and he's the original Avenger.
That's the
what
only
it
one that
says,
takes
so-
place in like a really different time periods.
That's
yeah.
the only one before Captain Marvel.
Yeah, which is cool.
And it's not Captain Marvel. That's the
Yeah.
only one with Captain in its name that's good.
Hey,
I'm just
whoa,
kidding.
we
I-
went there.
I haven't
Hey.
seen Captain Marvel, so I can't judge.
And then I'll also do Age of Ultron. That'd be my favorite.
Yeah,
one.
all right. I love Age of Ultron fans.
Yeah, because he's a good villain. Let's just be real.
He's
Really
good.
villain.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He cuts off the guy's
Yeah.
arm. He's like that.
I just hate
that'll,
what he was.
that'll
He's a
go back.
robot. Why do you joke so much?
Because it's
Because he was made by Stark.
yeah.
Maybe.
It's true.
Stark.
You know, with
Because
the
he's the
second
Lizard
thoughts
King.
recollection, like
Because he's
a
the
Looney Tunes
Lizard
movie at the
King.
end when Hulk beats him. Anyway.
That's my 5.
You good?
All right, Trav, you
wait,
got your
Travis is
5
good.
ready now.
No, give us your one. Your, if
No,
you
no,
want
you
one.
Ooh.
just 5. Top
Dude,
5.
I don't have top 5. There's
Right.
20 movies, dude.
Just watch your
I
top
put it in my
5.
top 5.
You say it in a different tone of voice to try and convince me.
Okay,
Come on, dude, just your top 5.
if you
Top-
go, if you go,
Okay, favorite and
yeah,
worst.
fine, or fine,
Favorite
yeah.
and worst.
Just name off your favorites. When you get 5, we'll tell you stop.
Okay, never mind. I guess.
I'm just kidding.
Ooh, top
Just say
5
it.
you
All right.
hate the most.
Just say
Okay.
the ones you like. Just
Infinity War is obviously so good. It's
Yep.
amazing. Iron Man is obviously amazing. It's like, I don't know, Doctor Strange. Josh said Doctor Strange. That's like
Doctor Strange was really
that's
good.
so unique. Like no
Yeah.
other movies like really
it's
really
unique.
like that.
Unique New York.
Kind of like a eunuch.
I mean, I love Ragnarok just because it's hilarious.
Yeah,
And that opening scene is great where
Oh,
he's like
yeah.
in like
Spinning
the
and all
hell
that,
or
yeah.
whatever, and probably
No.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man, yeah.
Ant-Man's great.
Ant-Man's really
I don't know
good.
how many that
This
is.
is all-
That's
Yeah,
5.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
pretty sure.
And then
Good
I
camera.
would have to say Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
is probably up there.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Definitely Shazam sneaks in there. The right Captain Marvel
True.
It's a little misogynist, but all right.
came first.
So thank you for listening. That is the Marvel podcast.
No one made it this far, dude.
We
No
will
one's
see you
still
later.
listening.
See you later.
You're still with us.